Moo gang. Hello. Happy Friday the 13th. Hello. Ah, man, we're going to have a good one. We are going to have ourselves a day and a half. And I know you might be asking yourself, how is that possible? How is that possible when we've had ourselves a day and a half yesterday? We're fitting 3 days into 2 days. Who even knew you could do such a thing when you're talking about the Gregorian calendar? What's going on, folks? What's going on? It's going to be good. Fridays are always a little bit more lighthearted. We're always going to have a little bit more fun. Honestly, who knows what's going on with the stocks today, but things are seeming interesting. Before I get into this, people are saying that SPRT is running. I hope so. There we go. So the Discord, the Moon Gang Discord right now is heavily into SPRT. I myself, what is my position on it? I have some sort of calls for not August, but September. But this is a nice move on SPRT. So if you're in that, congratulations. Portnoy Cheez-It Pizza Review. All right, here, we will go over the Portnoy Cheez-It Pizza Review in a second. Let me just run through everything we need to just get set up for today. AMC currently trading at 32.60. GME currently trading at 162.40. Let's start off with these Ortex numbers. So to start today off, short interest on AMC, 19%. Shares on loan, almost 112 million. Utilization down slightly to 92.5%. A lot of people, I made this the main point of my update video last night of how can the short interest and the shares on loan go up, but the utilization go down. And the basic reasoning is that the pool of total loanable shares increased by a greater magnitude than the shares on loan. But if you want a more in-depth explanation, I highly recommend that you check out the update video from yesterday. And depending on when you're watching it, it'll be the update video from Thursday, August 12th. Today, they've already borrowed $750,000 against AMC. So the short interest in real time is even a little bit higher. If we take a look at the average age of shares on loan, there is a slight decrease, but trust me, that makes complete sense because we're seeing such a new jump in shares on loan, as in new shares on loan. So if they're new baby ones like age 0 or 1 days, obviously that's going to bring the average down. But overall, we're still at roughly a month and 10 days. So whenever you have anyone out there, any of these Wall Street experts saying that the short interest has dried up, that's actually factually the exact opposite of what's true in reality. Right here, we are coasting at almost a record high. The record high for the year to date is 19.6, 19.4, 19.2, 19. So we're literally knocking on the door of a new record high short interest. So no matter what anyone's telling you, especially if they're saying that the short interest is dried up, that is just 100% factually inaccurate. In terms of GameStop, utilization 42%, shares on loan 6.8 million, short interest 10.4% right now. The average age of shares on loan for GME is 29 days roughly. The biggest thing I see going on with GME, we're gonna hop into its technicals, and I like its technicals. The biggest thing going on with GME right now is it needs more excitement. More people need to trade it. The volume is very, very low, a little bit lethargic. So we need some sort of breakout that gets people excited and coming back into it. But we are seeing this pattern of the short interest dropping on it. So maybe the longs and the shorts are both kind of getting bored. I don't really know, but I think with some sort of breakout or breakdown that we're going to see some pivot. Right now it's kind of in no man's land, some form of a purgatory. But in terms of technicals, let me go to this. Just so you know, the S&P 500, what is largely considered to be the best barometer for the overall market, looks like it's gapping up to a new all-time high today. So ding, ding, ding. We're probably going to be living history today, a new stock market high. In terms of the Russell 2000, we pay attention to this because AMC is a part of it. This one's actually gapping down a tiny bit. I want to see the breakout of 223.50-ish, a test of 225 key psychological level and previous resistance, and a noteworthy breakout comes at 227 in terms of IWM. For AMC, it's as simple as what we've been talking about. We want the breakout of 33.50, and then we want to see it go through and hold above 36. We do have support between 30 and 32. In terms of GME, GME is bending back around, and this is what I was kind of referring to, alluding to a little bit earlier, that we want this breakout, and it's right in that region. I would love to see it test the region between 174, 176, that breakout, because then that would set up a test of 190. But overall, it's just the volume's low, so I'm hoping as we start to trend back upwards, my hopes, fingers crossed, that prompts a bit of excitement, we get more volume, and then it starts to trend even better. Crypto has turned around, and I made this in the update video, so you could see that right when it was bending back around. All of these on the screen, I have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, and Cardano. I was saying that I think this is the bend for it to come back upwards. Fortunately, that did pan out. Just so you know, Bitcoin's currently trading at 46,000, some resistance at 47,000. Ethereum is at 3,228. We have a little bit at 3,280. Doge is looking strong, just below 28 cents. I want to see 29.5. And Cardano is ripping. For any of these, if you're not on crypto, there is an easy phone app to use if you're in the US. It's Voyager. It's in the description of this video. It's free. And then when you sign up, if you use that code, I think it's Mmat21, the number 21, you're going to get $25 worth of Bitcoin. Just so you know, if you're trying to get into this crypto game, I'm by no means a crypto expert. I kind of stick to the more well-known ones, but for me, I'm not actively trading it. Whenever there's big dips, I just kind of buy. For me, I very much view it as either 1, 2, 3 decades down the road, I'll either be very right or very wrong. I'm not really actively trading it. Like I said, I just like to buy the dips, and we'll see how it goes and ends up playing out in the future. Let me get back to this for you. Or actually, let me quickly bring up SPRT if people are in that. So SPRT, oh, it's gapping up to a new all-time high. Oh, no, it's not. Hang on. Not a new all-time high. Let's lay out some levels on SPRT. We have this one. 1026 is important. We'll call it 1025. And then after that, we have some right there. What is this one? 1185, I would say, is the next one. We also have 1250. I would love for it to be at 1250 today. That could be awesome. Great stuff. All right. Well, let's see how this one goes. This one, people have been talking about it, and this is by no means a brainchild of mine. In fact, shout out to my Discord, specifically True Demon, doing a lot of DD on this one. I'm long on it. I have some calls. It's not the most sizable position at this point. I'm going to have to probably reiterate this multiple times throughout the day. You do not want to chase a gap up. There's a chance that this thing gaps up and then just ends up not holding, and it could trade downward to do a gap fill. So if you don't already have a position, you're going to want to let the intraday action kind of play out a little bit, just so you could see some intraday support and resistance and things of that nature. Chasing it's just so easy to end up becoming a bag holder. So please be careful with that type of stuff. Robinhood, I mean, I've been very, very outspoken against it. If it cannot hold 47.50, I think we're going to be seeing the high 45s today, like 45.75. I do own puts against Robinhood, and then I'm long on AMC, I'm long on GME, and I'm long on SPRT. Just so everyone knows, I want to be as transparent as possible. Some of the things I say might come off as a little bit biased because I'm like, whether consciously or subconsciously rooting for it to go into my direction. Well, yeah, of course. So that's why I want you to know my positions beforehand. It's just way easier. Where are we at for the donations? Great question. I appreciate you asking this. So as of here, I'm trying to pull up the numbers. Let me get the numbers for everyone. So for those of you who are tuning in that maybe don't know what's going on right now, starting on Wednesday, going till this Sunday, we are raising as much money as we can for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. As of last night, we were at $3,288. It puts the biggest smile on my face, and I know it's going to put even bigger smiles on these children and their parents' face. But I just want you to clarify, like I need to clarify, that number, 3,288, that's only from these limited edition shirts. So right now, if you're new, what's going on? 100% of profit of these shirts right here, basically the Super Chat Mmat shirts. Super Chat, we have these special Moon Gang ones, and then we made them long sleeve, and then we also have the crayon. I found out sometimes people in Philly say crown, instead of crayon or crayon. But anyway, these limited edition shirts, 100%, every single cent of the profits of this is going directly to St. Jude, and that's that number 3,288 is just from the shirt sales. It's not from people who are going out of their way to donate, because I know that some people, they don't want a shirt, they would rather whatever's going on themselves. Some people are just donating. So I do kindly ask today, I kindly ask that maybe instead of sending a super chat, I would personally prefer it if you did a direct donation or something in the middle if you want to get a shirt, something like that. But the name of the game from Wednesday to Sunday for me is raising as much money as possible. I don't care if it comes through me. I really don't care. If you want to take your $4.99 super chat and instead give it to St. Jude, it would mean the world to me, and it would mean more than the world to the families that have to use this as a resource. So I think that'd be cool. One thing that you could do, I know some people are not in the financial situation to donate, but you can do more than donate. You can tell someone about St. Jude. You could you could retweet, those type of things, get it in front of more people. And really, it's just to get more money for St. Jude. One thing you could do that people have been talking to me about, when you sign up for public.com, right here, public.com/Mmat Kohrs. It is pinned to the top of chat. It's free trading. You get a free stock. There's no payment for order flow. All the orders are sent to a lit exchange. You could take whatever your free stock is. A lot of people are getting somewhere between, I don't know, like $10 and $70, something like that. Maybe if you just want to take your free stock and then do a direct donation to St. Jude, I think that could be cool. So with it, I just want everyone to know the number I'm reporting is actually severely underreporting, because we do have some other things going on the background to raise more money. And I'm excited to make an announcement on Sunday/Monday to let you know the true total of the number that at least came from me. But just so you know, that's still underreporting, because there are many, many people who I absolutely applaud going out of their way, and they're saying, you know what, I'm just going to donate directly. And that's awesome. I think that is so incredibly cool. So right now we are cruising, but I do think that we could take that number, we could attach it to a rocket ship and send it even higher. And for me, I mean, I've been so happy all week with this, because I feel not only in this trading ape community, but now we're helping out some of these apes that need a helping hand right now. I cannot imagine what these children, what these families are going through. And in my opinion, this is like honestly the least I could possibly do to help. But it makes me happy to know that the Ape Nation, not only in the stock market, but we have critical mass, folks. The size of this community has critical mass. We can do so much good for society right now. And I think this is just like one little paragraph in the overall book of the awesome stuff that the Ape Nation can truly pull off. So very excited to be supporting this, and that's why it's above my head today. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Check it out. It's stjude.org. All right, hang on. Let me make sure that this is all running. Why is this? Can we do a shirt giveaway today? Oops, hang on. Why is this not loading? Where did this go? Where are we at with donation? Shout out. Can we do a shirt giveaway today? I'll sponsor it. Proceeds go to St. Jude. Yeah, of course we could do a shirt giveaway today. So just so you know, we'll do 2 shirt giveaways. The person, whoever the lucky winner is, what we're gonna do is something from the new collection. We'll do 2 different shirt giveaways, and I appreciate that. Not a hedge fund. I'm more than happy to sponsor it. We'll give it away. We'll just do like a Twitter or a subscriber giveaway. We'll do one in the early stream and one in the later stream. You could pick exactly your shirt. We'll get that figured out. But yeah, we'll do 2 shirt giveaways. One for the morning, one for the afternoon. So we'll wait for the market to get rocking with that today. But more than happy to do it. That's a great suggestion. Thank you, Matt. This is for St. Jude. Shout out, Adam. All right, we did that. Clubfoot Billy, shout out. Donating kind of feels like trading stocks. Shout out to Bare Knuckle Beard Supply. I just got my Mother of All Short Squeeze bundle, and I'm fresher than a baby ape under an Amazon waterfall. Gotta stay clean for the rocket ride. Shout out Occam's Phaser. I love that. That's hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. Why are things loading so slowly today? Oh, so people have been talking about, what is this here? I guess Dave Portnoy from Barstool Sports did a Cheez-It pizza review, Is this true? Let me see if I can find it. And that sounds like something we could watch. Sounds like some good content. Whoa. What is going on today with YouTube? Weird stuff. All right. What are we looking? Portnoy. A lot of people were sending this to me last night. I guess he posted it yesterday. Let's see what's going on here. Wait, 1 year ago. Pizza Hut, Cheez-It Pizza. Oh, I thought there was a new one. Is this what everyone's talking about? Hang on. This seems a bit old. I thought he did one recently because so many people were DMing it to me last night. One Bite Pizza Reviews. Pizza Hut, Cheez-It Pizza. Is that right? Is that what everyone's referring to? For the amount of people that were DMing it to me, I don't know how that can necessarily be right because it took the world by storm last night. What's happening with which stock can't you check? What does that mean? AMC is currently at 32.55 and GME is at 162. What does that mean? What's happening with which stock can't you check? Your title for today has yesterday's date on it. It was confusing and made it a little difficult to find. What is going on with YouTube that it's not updating thumbnails? Let me reload it. Change. Where do we have this? What do we have? Why is it not updating? It should say August 13th, Friday, August 13th on my end. I don't know. If everyone could just reload really quick and let me know if that's successfully fixed. But I'm seeing August 13th on my end. And honestly, when I go to YouTube right now, something weird, they might be having some tech issues. Because when I go to YouTube, every single one of my suggested ones, whether it's 6 or 8, are all live streams right now. So I don't quite know what's going on with all of that. Interesting. No says August 12th, the thumbnail. Huh. But Usher to St. Jude and other children's research hospitals are dear to my heart. Save my kid. Thanks for doing this. I am so happy to do it. I mean, it puts the biggest smile on my face. What's happening with Wish stock was the question. Gotcha. Sorry. I must have been a typo. Whoa. Getting destroyed. Wow. That's not good. So the next support is 750. Where is it at? Oh, it's actually below that support. That is not good. I do not have a Wish position. It's at a new, you can't really do technicals because it's at a brand new low. So I would say you're looking for it to recapture 750. You're looking for it to recapture 750. Man, is there news on this? That's not good. Benzinga's why? What does Benzinga say? Following the Q2 results and a warning moving into Q3, the company said it expects next quarter sales to continue to decline. That's why. Sounds like it didn't do best on earnings and it lowered its guidance, as in the company's own expectations for the next quarter. That's a sizable sell-off, but that's pretty awful earnings and they lowered guidance. So that's what's going on with Wish. That's what's happening with Wish. I don't have any position on Wish. It seems like a tough trade at this moment in time, but that's crazy. I would highly prefer we saw that kind of decline in Robinhood instead of Wish. Emma's Games. What do you think of Teddy Zane's last video about fake squeeze, then 300 drop coming soon down to fall for it? I don't know. I don't know who Teddy Zane is. I've never seen a Teddy Zane video. This concept of a fake squeeze, I find it very asinine and nothing supporting it, because it's one of those things that a short squeeze, maybe the best way I can explain it, is it's very much like a scenario where there's like a straw that breaks the camel's back. There's going to be a certain technical breakout that it just rips, and there's FOMO bombing, gamma squeezing, a short squeeze, and they're not going to control it. There is this concept that they could control a fake squeeze up to 300. No. There's going to be, you break out of 42, 46, 50, 65, 72. Once we get above these levels, folks, all hell's going to break loose. There's not like, it's not this concept of, oh, we're going to control it all the way up to 300. So with that, like, to be fair, I'm saying this without watching the video, so maybe that's not what he said in that video. I have no idea who Teddy Zane is, but I'm speaking more of a high level thing. Of a fake squeeze. I don't buy this concept of a fake squeeze whatsoever. All patients accepted to St. Jude are not given a bill for their treatment, regardless of their ability to pay. Unhinged Bullet, thank you for reminding me of that. I guess I should have. That's why I like to show off the website, because I want people to kind of dive into it themselves. But yeah, very quick overview of St. Jude. It's helping families who have children who are impacted mainly by cancer, but other diseases. And if you show up there, like Unhinged Bullet just said, there's too many things to worry about besides the bill. So right now, that's what St. Jude does, is it ensures that no one's getting a bill, and it allows the doctors and family and extended family to focus on, I guess, what I would consider to be more important things of the diagnosis, of the proper treatment plan, and all the other things possibly in between. I'm sure at that level, at that point in someone's life, the last thing you want to consider at all is a bill and how to pay for that bill. So that's what I think is so cool about St. Jude. Matt, up for challenging. Hopefully Apes will join. Tell your best 3 jokes every time I laugh. I will donate $20 from the nose blows, $10 you rock. Okay. I'll have to think of it. I think I said this before. The best 3. I would need some time, but I'll hit you with one that my friend like legitimately said in an interview. He did not get the job, but when he told me about this experience, I lost my mind. Like, he actually said this in an interview, and I guess it's not surprising he didn't get the job. But what did the number 0 say to the number 8? The number 0 said to the number 8, nice belt. Every time. I guess it's more funny me picturing someone that like literally saying that in an interview, but it gets me every time. Have you heard of SafeMoon? I've heard of SafeMoon, but I'm not in SafeMoon, and I think there's better crypto options than SafeMoon. All right, am I behind on any of these? Okay, so yeah, Wish. I think the title should be fixed. I don't know. I'm hoping that it's just like a quick issue. Not funny. It's so not funny that it's perfectly funny. Nice belt. Cardano making you wish that you bought more. How's Cardano? I'm a happy owner of Cardano. I'm a happy owner of all of these on the screen. If any of these 4, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, Cardano, if you want it, one of the easiest ways to get it is Voyager. It's in the description of the video. And when you sign up, trade $100 of any crypto, you will get $25 worth of Bitcoin credited to your account. I agree with you. My biggest gripe with Cardano is I just wish I bought more. I wish I bought a lot more. Mr. Boule, my guy. AMC Ammo, can you do an interview with True Demon? Yeah, we could get something like that figured out. Huge thanks to True Demon. Yeah, no, special shout out to True Demon, crushing the SPRT trade for a lot of people in the Discord. You have a $9 call and a $12 call. Mr. Boule, I like that. I want to know how much it can go personally. Mine is for September on SPRT. SPRT. How do I even see my account on this? SPRT. Where are you? What account do I possibly own this in? Yeah, September 17th is mine. And thus far, it's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Thoughts on VIX seems to be at an all-time low. Would it be a good play to go long now? So VIX, VIX is the volatility index for the S&P 500. Very, very commonly, as you see the S&P 500 go up, you're going to see the VIX go down. It's not perfect, but they commonly move in an inverse manner of each other. So if you think that the S&P 500, the overall market's about to do a correction as in coming down, that would be a good time to go long on the VIX. That's what VIX is. It's volatility. There are some other ETFs that track that. VXX is one. You have UVXY. Some of them are leveraged. Some of them are inverse. But there are various things that track the volatility of the S&P 500. And the core thing that it's tracking is the VIX. So basically, the VIX spikes when the market falls is how you would look at that. All right. AMC 3223, GME 161. We're just waiting for the market to open. We have about 3 minutes left. Wish is not doing the best, folks. Getting hammered, in fact. Getting hammered right now. It might be a gap fill play, though. There's a good chance it's gapping down. So if you're in it, there might be a way that you could play it back upward. I mean, I really don't know much about Wish. I know for quite a while, people were trying to put it in the same world as AMC and GME, and I don't really agree with that. Like, I don't think, like, Wish has community support, but I wouldn't say it has community support at the level of AMC or GME. Let me see the short interest on Wish for everyone. Wish. Context logic. It has a not even that high of a short interest, 8.37%. So the short interest isn't really there. This wasn't a short play. It was just definitely a miss on earnings is what you have going on there. Shout out Holistics, T Frontier, Coast and Doug. Morning, Matthew. Can you do me a solid and give me an honest look at TTCF? I'm getting crushed. I'm in a decent spot at 11, but I'm hurting. TTCF. Let's check this out. TTCF. I would, if I were in your position, it's already down below 19. So definitely the worst case scenario I would be risking is the January, February, March, April. This April low of 15. That would be a target for me. I mean, you have support in between 15.30 and 16. Good region of support. I would be watching that for support. On an intraday basis, you're very much looking for it to recapture 18 to 19. Above 18, 19, I think you're fine. But I would use a hard support just so you don't lose any money on the play around 15.30 to 16. I would definitely closely be watching this one from April 20th. That would be my hard stop on the situation. Oh, before the market opens, I do want to remind everyone that if you look above me, Mmat_Kohrs, that's me. There's more and more fake accounts on Twitter, Instagram, all of those. Please be careful. I'm not asking you to WhatsApp me. I'm not asking you to Telegram me. I'm not asking you to email me. I am Mmat_Kohrs, not Kohrs with an I, not official, not LLC. It's an O. It's not a 0. Just make sure you're actually talking to me. There are so many fake accounts out there. And Instagram and Twitter, they refuse to verify me for whatever reason. In fact, right now, I tried to get verified on Twitter again recently, and it won't even let me upload my ID to prove that I'm me. There's no way to upload. So I can't even apply to get verified right now. So it's a pain. It's a huge, huge pain. And I know, but please just don't get scammed. Please be careful. There are so many scam accounts, even on YouTube, all these they're like, oh, what's at me? And like they all look weird. That's not me. I'm not doing that type of response. Like if you're going to know if it's me. So please don't get scammed. I'm not a financial advisor. That's over here. I think I'm pointing the right way. Who knows? Maybe it's, I don't know. One of these ways it says not a financial advisor. Not a lawyer, not a fortune teller. I see what you see, and you have to have conviction in your own trade. Please do not trade just because I'm trading something. You have to have conviction in your own trade. But ding, ding, ding. Markets open for Friday the 13th, folks. Friday the 13th, we are open, open, open. All right. I would love to see everything on the screen right now just go very, very green. Mmat versus the Ape Father in a steel cage. Loser buys winner 250 shares. There's no point in even mentioning or bringing up Ape Father ever again. The guy's a liar. The guy's going to get people in trouble. He's trying to start a protest. He came in very late, and then he uses my name and Trey's name to try to grow his social media, I guess, following. The guy's Looney Tunes. He's a complete ding dong. You have this like, it's very strange, but you have this old guy who's trying to coast off of my coattails, trying to coast off of Trey's coattails, and it's really sad, honestly. I feel bad I hope he gets the help that he obviously needs. I thought you were Ted Lasso. I love Ted Lasso. If you have not, Ted Lasso, I mean, it's such a good show. Coach Kohrs. I wish I could be half the coach that Ted Lasso is. Look at SPRT volume. What are we at on the volume? 9.67 million. SPRT, I mean, let me double check the short interest on SPRT. I hope we get something interesting going on SPRT today. It does have a short interest of 64.5%. Obviously, having a high short interest does not guarantee a squeeze, but we have the makings of potentially something interesting. So I'm happy with my position. In fact, I think it gapped up today. Obviously, it had to gap up today. Yeah, the position I'm now up, I guess 78%. I honestly thought it would be up more, but mine aren't that volatile because I bought it too far out. Looking at the play, I wish I bought the August ones, but hey, you live and you learn. I just wanted to give myself more time, and I guess I needed less time. All right, Wish is still getting hammered. How is Hood doing? Hood is green. I don't want to see that. So if you don't want to see it, you just don't even put it up. All right, AMC currently at 32.36, GME at 161. What else do we have? Hood, I hope it gets rejected at 50. Virgin Galactic down even more. I used to have puts on Virgin Galactic, and I cut it for a loss. Like, I mean, ask my Discord about it. I was not happy about that one. That one cost me some money, but if only I held it. If only, if only. All right, AMC, let's hold this base at 32, and we want to see one of the first breakout levels, I would say, on the day will be right here at 33.50. 33.50. And it's currently trading at 32.28. Brian becoming a space ape. Hey, Matt, why is the market cap at 16 billion? Yesterday it was at 28. Can you explain this? I don't know what you're using, but the market cap being reported by Robinhood was wrong. The market cap right now for AMC is 16.57 billion. To compute the market cap, it's actually relatively simple. You take the current price and you multiply it by 513 million, which is the outstanding shares of AMC. So whatever you see, you would take 32.33 and you multiply that by 513 million, and that's how you get the market cap. You don't have to look at reported market cap really ever. It's actually it's a very simple trade, or it's a very simple computation. Current price multiplied by 513 million. What's sad is the maniac actually has a growing following. You get banned for harmful and dangerous, and he runs amok on actually being harmful and dangerous. Come on, man. Let's get him deleted. No, I don't necessarily like. I don't hope that anyone loses their platform. There's people who obviously deserve to lose it if they're like threatening violence and that type of stuff. But to me, there's certain people who choose to use social media by growing it through causing drama and riding off the coattails of people who are bigger than them. And that's just not how I choose to do it, and I refuse to engage in it. The guy, I don't think he knows anything about AMC. I don't think he knows anything about investing. He's using my name and he's using Trey's name to try to get bigger. All right, someone said that it's blurry. Are other people having blurry issues? If so, just do a quick reload. I think on my side it should be coming through lightning fast. I think my connection is good. Let me just double check. Yeah, stream quality is good. 30 frames per second, 4,000 kilobits per second. I think we should be good. Public just gave me $69 in Disney stock for using your code. Love it. Thank you, Matt. See you on the moon, brother. Yeah, some people are getting awesome things from Public. You could get up to $70 of free stock, and then you kind of pick what you wanted. And whether it's Tesla, Apple, Microsoft, Disney, there's like a host of options that you're allowed to put it in. So check that out. But just so you know, obviously the pros of it, no payment for order flow. What's better than that is that they are sending all of your orders to a lit exchange, which is even better than no payment for order flow, because we see certain things like Fidelity where even though they don't do payment for order flow, if you're not using Active Trader Pro, most of their orders are still being sent directly to a market maker such as Citadel or Virtu. So I like the fact that they're sending their orders to a lit exchange. But it's for U.S. residents, and they don't have options trading, but they are going to at some point roll out. They're going to at some point be rolling out crypto trading, just so everyone knows and we're all on the same page with that one. Let's see what's going on. Very quickly, I wanted to look up. So I don't know why Robinhood is misrepresenting the market cap, but it sounds like they finally updated it, I suppose, to be proper. But right now, just so you know, AMC has roughly a market cap of 16, 17 billion. Roughly. All right, hang on. Paul, what's going on? Hey, Matt. Hope all is going well. Been away with the family for a while. Streams looking crystal for me. Hi, all. Moon Gang, welcome back. Paul's Balls. For those of you who haven't been around or have never met Paul, Paul has a gigantic AMC position. We're talking mucho dinero investment in AMC, and he's been diamond handing this entire time. Shout out, Paul. I hope you've been enjoying your time with your family, enjoying a little bit of some summer vacation, and I hope you're getting rest and relaxation so we're ready to run. Right now, the summer session, and you see this seasonally in the stock market, it's commonly a little less volatile, a little bit more boring. But I'm hoping that things really pick back up as we get to the end of the month, start of September, October, November. Like, I'm hoping we have some strong, fun, volatile trading for the remainder of the year. We're just trying to get through like the summer doldrums. What happens with all these banks, institutions, retirement funds buying thousands of shares of AMC and they paper hand? Hurt us? I mean, it depends on when they sell. Like, they're not going to all sell simultaneously, but selling is supply and buying is demand. So if you have supply that overwhelms demand, the price drops. If you have demand that overwhelms supply, the price rises. It's that simple. So it depends when and where and how much they decide to sell, if they're going to sell. Can you take a look at the short interest on ZIM? They posted record earnings after Q1. It's being held back. Earnings are on the 18th. I'm still sensing a lot of people are going around looking for high short interest plays. That is not a good way to really trade, folks. It isn't. And that one has almost no short interest, 1.66%. So that's not a shorted stock really whatsoever. Just because a stock isn't moving, you can't right away be like, oh, it's not moving because it's being shorted. That's not inherently, it doesn't have to inherently be true. It could be true, but it's not the only reason. Sometimes stocks don't move because just no one wants to buy that stock. Public is great. The only issue is it auto lend shares, so be sure to contact customer support and turn it off. Very good point. On Public, that is part of how they make money, is by lending out shares, and on top of that, they also make money through people tipping the platform. So if you don't want your shares lent out, you can go through it. It's kind of this kind of cool automated system where you could turn off your share lending if you don't want your shares lent out. Can you look at SoFi and tell us why the FUD? I don't know what the SoFi FUD is. What is the FUD? Didn't it just have earnings, and obviously its earnings didn't go that well. What happened here? SoFi. Yeah, Q2 earnings release. It must have missed on earnings. It must have lowered its guidance. It seems like it's kind of in the same boat as Wish, of just something happened in its earnings. I don't know if that's necessarily FUD. I don't know what was said in the earnings. So I'm a little bit behind on that one. Thoughts on 95 call for AMC 722? I'm not the biggest fan of that. I think it feels to me like it's a little too far out, but that's my own opinion. I mean, I might be completely wrong on that. I might be completely wrong on that one. Is Wish still getting hammered? Hopefully for people in Wish at 670. Who knows? Maybe it's a good dip buy. I know they completely missed on earnings, and I know that they lowered their guidance, but I mean, I know. What else do we have going on? I wonder if maybe it's a dip buy. I just don't know enough about the company. All I knew is this is a new all-time low. All-time low. It might be a gap fill play up to 932. That's a possibility, but I would like to see it base. I want to see some buyers step in and say, you know what? Hey, this is like a bit too much of an overreaction. I'm looking for the market to basically just agree that this is an overreaction. On the flip side, though, we have AMC. Looks like it's gunning to make a new intraday high. SPRT coming back around. Would love for this to break through 10 and just start ripping on the day. Does have a considerable short interest. Not saying it's necessarily a short squeeze play, but I mean, honestly, this one's not even my play. It's 100% my Discord's play, and specifically True Demon's play. Why I'm saying True Demon, there's a good chance you've read some of his Reddit. He posts on Reddit, very good posts on Reddit. Were margin requirements increased? Could be. Margin requirements don't necessarily have to be increased across the board. Some brokerages can increase them, while in other ones don't. It's not like usually you're going to see a bunch of margin requirements being increased. Unless, wait, are you referring to that new rule, the 010 rule? I just want to make sure we're on the same page. Are you talking about margin requirements as in terms of the members of these clearing brokerages for the NSCC, or margin requirements for like us and traders like us, or hedge funds or something like that? Someone just said AMC Reddit is down. Is that AMC stock Reddit? Let me see if that is. No, it's up for me. It's right now 42,000 online, 409,000 members. Looks like it is definitely up for me. Yeah, maybe it's down in certain regions. Sometimes you see certain technical outages like that. GME not moving much, very, very low volume, 100,000, but AMC just almost tapped 33. It was at 32.99. AMC showing some strength today. SPRT showing some strength. I'm in SPRT. I'm long on SPRT. I want SPRT to rip faces off. The first thing I would be watching right now is the pre-market high of 1071. Yeah, definitely 1071. So in Discord, if you're listening to me, $10.71, and then after that, 11.80, roughly. This is from forever ago. What was this high? This high was 11.85. All right, that's close enough. Close enough. So AMC looking good. GME looking good. SPRT looking good. Wish looks like it's bouncing for those people. I kind of want to go to the 1 minute because these things are still moving. Sorry. I think I was a little premature with going to the 3 minute on the day. All right, so Wish hopefully gets this bounce off of 670. Whoa, what just happened to AMC right there? AMC tried to break out at 33, but just got smacked. Let's do a quick Ortex check on this. What are they doing here? What are they doing to us? They've already borrowed 1.3 million, and remember, they borrowed many million yesterday. Short interest is 19.2%. GameStop, not much going on with GameStop. Kind of a lower short interest right now, 10.45. That's still high relative to a normal stock, but what we've seen GameStop at, so relative to itself, its short interest has been dropping. SPRT getting that technical breakout. I would watch the key psychological level at 11, and after that, I'm watching 1180. But SPRT is on the move. Do you have a POC Voyager? Got the app because you see you recommend transfer my ETH Voyager and it disappeared. I don't I'm not in a I don't have like a Voyager sponsorship or anything like that. The only contact I have are the same emails that like the support or whatever it is. I don't have a special person at Voyager. I'm not important enough to them. Did you see the news that Kramer will have to enjoy a Diet Coke at his local AMC for the next Marvel since it's going theatrical release only? I love that. I love that. It's Diet Coke. That I still actively think about that. I still truly actively think about that for the past couple of days now. So the day after earnings, so AMC had its earnings announcement, and on Monday, the day after, Adam Aaron did his interview run on CNBC, and then later in the day he was on Fox. But when he was on CNBC in the morning, I was losing my mind because truly, Jim Cramer was talking to the CEO of the world's largest, biggest theatrical movie theater chain. And he's like, oh man, you should have watched Black Widow with me at my house. We would have had a great time, Diet Coke. I wouldn't have had to buy overpriced popcorn. He was saying to the CEO of the world's biggest movie theater chain that he should have watched this year's biggest theatrical release at his house with him. What? What? Oh man. Whoops. I think it's fascinating that someone would say that. To just, man, know your audience. You have to know your audience. And it was it was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. YouTube keeps unsubscribing me and they can't find the stream. I don't know. I've asked YouTube about this and they say, no, that doesn't happen at all. And I was like, I don't know. Hundreds of people have told me it happens. And they're like, well, it definitely doesn't. Maybe your audience is just like messing with you. I'm like, I don't think that many people are messing with me about it. So if you want to be subscribed to my channel, my only recommendation is double check that you are subscribed. And also, this is a very good reason why, just in case something goes completely, I guess, awry. Let me just find you this. What is it? Mmat. How do I spell my own name? Mmat Kohrs. I am currently multi-streaming on Rumble. If you go to rumble.com/c/Mmat Kohrs, you'll find me. And as you can see, I'm now in the realm of multi-streaming simultaneously to both YouTube and Rumble because of exact issues like that. I've never heard of anyone saying, hey, I've been unsubscribed from you on Rumble, but I hear many people saying that that happens to them on YouTube in reference to my channel. So I don't know what's going on there, but yeah, I guess my only recommendation is on YouTube. Make sure you're subscribed. And also don't forget, I have a backup YouTube channel, Mmat Kohrs Clips. It's in the description. And that's where we're posting some of those teaching things, like when I talk about credit spreads or covered calls or have a good rant or make fun of Kramer or make fun of Rich Greenfield. All that stuff ends up on the Mmat Kohrs Clips channels. And that's how we're using it in the meantime. But basically, it's a redundancy. So if I lose my channel, I could go there. I have Rumble. I have Twitch. Twitch is Mmat_Kohrs. I'm just doing my best to be in as many places as I can be. So when I'm terminated, which will probably happen again in the future, that I have a couple places to go instead of just going completely dark on everyone. Shout out to Brian and Matt. Brian Williams, it's like offering PETA CEO Chick-fil-A. Thoughts on ALZN company makes Alzheimer meds. I could look at the technicals, but I am very much not a like biopharma expert. I'm much more, my background is in tech, so I feel more comfortable with those companies. I understand what they do. Ooh, this company, it's just getting rocked. All it's done is sell off. So if you maybe know something more fundamentally about the company, maybe they're going to have a big FDA approval and it's going to spike up. That's obviously a possibility. But me not knowing about the company and just looking exclusively at its technicals, I mean, all it's doing is selling. Some people are talking about SPY. SPY, is this the new all-time high? It just hit a new all-time high. Ding, ding, ding. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. SPY coming back. And it looks like Wish is also coming back. Might be a gap fill play, a bounce play, something involved in Wish. I don't really know much about it. I'm just telling you what we're seeing here, of the fact that a lot of people are saying it missed on its earnings and lowered expectations. But I mean, a 26% drop does seem pretty brutal. Citadel requested SEC to reconsider recent margin requirements, LMAFO. That's hilarious. Oh, they would. Can you please check out PFE, Pfizer? How's Pfizer doing? How is Pfizer doing? Pfizer is looking strong. Wow. Pfizer is looking very strong. It looks like it wants to break out. So if you want to be, okay, here's how I would personally think about it. I have no Pfizer position and I don't plan on making one right after saying this, but here's how I see Pfizer. You could be aggressive and just buy it and you can risk 46. So if you're okay with risking $2 a share, you could play that. It looks like it wants to break out. You're playing it off. So it went, it took a dip. And right now, obviously, we see a lot of these companies who are related to Rona vaccines doing well. Same with something like Moderna. So it could be a breakout. I'm saying it's aggressive because it's a little bit chasey, because Pfizer has been running nonstop ever since what? Wow. It just hasn't stopped ever since 33. So it's a little bit chasey, but I have to admit, it does look like it's going to pop. If you want to be more conservative, this is exactly where it ties in to credit spreads that I was talking about yesterday. You could sell a 45 a 45 call or a 45 put, sell a 45 put and then buy like a 43 put, a 44 put, and just collect the premium as long as it stays above 45. So you could be aggressive and play a breakout, or you could do through the options market a credit spread and just say, hey, I think it's going to be above this value by whatever date you end up picking. So if you think Pfizer will be above, I don't know, 45 by whatever, maybe even you're looking at September monthlies, you could just collect the premium on it. That's another very realistic way to play it. It's another bullish bet, but it's a bit more conservative. Or you could be super aggressive and just buy Pfizer calls. You could buy 50 strike price Pfizer calls for like August. I'd probably... it depends on how aggressive you want to be. The more aggressive, the earlier the expiration date. And then if you push it out to something like September, that would be a little bit more conservative to give yourself more time for the breakout of something like 50. But remember with Pfizer, I mean, it is a $268 billion company. So I'm not saying like all of a sudden you're going to wake up tomorrow and it's going to be like at $100, because that means now you're talking about a $500 billion company. So I'd be with this, I would just be a little bit realistic about how much a giant pharmaceutical chain can move in whatever time frame you're possibly looking at it. SPRT really struggling at this the pre-market high of 1071. Triple top rejection. I'm still hoping for a breakthrough. I am long on SPRT. Wish we're getting that nice double bottom bounce off of 670. Would love to see it clear 7 and actually hold it. It's trying to get above 7, but right now it's not holding. Thus far, AMC, it is holding 3260. I'm still watching 3350. We do have a little bit of resistance at 33, but boom goes the dynamite as soon as we start talking about it. AMC's ears must be ringing as we talk about it. It gets a little bit of a green candle. I like it. Mmat, Kohrs, crypto. What's going on with crypto right now? It's looking strong. If you want crypto, check out Voyager. You could get in on any of these. I'm long on all of these, but I need to make this clear. I'm not actively trading it. I want to hold it for quite a while. I'm talking many years to see if I'm just either very right or very wrong. What is this random stock pump email? I hate when they email me to like pump various stocks. It's just so grimy. Can you please text TIRX on Ortex? TIRX. All right, we on TIRX, the short interest is like nothing. It's below 1%. And just when people are, just so you know, if you're asking me to check on Ortex, you can get a free trial with it. If you haven't had a free trial yet, check it out. You can find it in the description, but you can get a free week trial with it. What do you think about Cinemark CNK? I think AMC is a much better play because I don't think Cinemark has the same community that AMC does. What's your opinion on HLB? What is HLB? All right, let me check this out. HLB. It's on the OTC market, and it not long ago was like a sub penny stock. I wouldn't trade this. It's a no from me. I've just seen too many weird, sketchy things happen in this market. I wouldn't put a single dollar into HALB. All right. AMC. I want to look at Cinemark's chart though. CNK. I just want to be clear. I still think. This one. It looks like it's weak. It looks like it's about to break down. I don't know much about it, but it looks like it's about to fall to 1320. After that, I would watch 1170, and then after that, I would watch 924. But the chart, it keeps coming down and is bouncing. It's like kind of a ball where it bounces a little bit less each time. Looks kind of weak to me, CNK. I don't know if I would be putting money into that. All right, AMC, second rejection right at 33. Hopefully we're just soaking up some supply there, and then we could break out and break through 33.50, which is proven resistance and or support, depending on the side of that price level that you're at. Check out FLGC. Flora Growth Company. It looks like it's just breaking south of this wedge. It ran up, lower highs, higher lows, and now it's breaking. So if it comes below 1120, I would be bearish. If it breaks above 14, I would be bullish. So for this one, it would be a patience play of, is it going to make a new high or a new low, basically? This one needs a little bit more patience, I would say. Thoughts on MMAT? MMAT. I see more and more people talking about it. I have no MMAT position, and it doesn't seem to be moving. So I would say MMAT, if you're in it, I would say you more so have to be tracking social media for it, because the chart's not moving much really at all. So if you're in it, I have no position in it. And to me, on the daily chart, it seems a bit boring, but if it gets above 420, it might start moving. That's obviously possible, but someone needs to come in and start actually buying it. But I have no MMAT position. People are asking about RKT. Rocket companies, that's Rocket mortgages, loans, blah, blah, blah. I believe it had earnings, I think. And it sounds like it did well in its earnings. Raises price target to 19. I think it had earnings. I see some price target increases. With it, I got burned a couple months ago on RKT. So it probably is a good trade at the moment. I'm just not going to do it because, I don't know, I'm spiteful and it cost me money and now I don't really want to trade it. Please, XELA. XELA. Not moving at all. You need to either watch the breakdown of 280 or the breakout of 336. But right now, until one of those things happens, you just have to kind of sit there. Someone just asked about Snap. What's Snapchat doing? Also looking a bit weak. I would watch 72, and if it breaks below that, I would then be watching a gap fill. If it does gap fill to 63 from there, I think that would be an amazing buy opportunity on the gap fill. Good morning, apes. Today said out loud that you are abundant. Manifest that thought into real life. I love you all. Assistant Coach Kinky, Go Sports. What's going on, Kinky Kong? What is going on? Thoughts on PSFE? PSFE. Pay safe. Once again, one I have no position on, and it looks super boring. Lower highs, higher lows. You need to wait for it to break. It's just not really trending in any direction. How is Neo doing? Didn't it also have earnings? Neo looking weak. That's not good. I mean, I have Neo. I would be watching 38.50. If it can't hold that, I would then be watching 34. But I am long-term bullish on Neo. Love throwing ones at you. What's going on, Tommy's Dutch? Please check out or text on FLGC. Check out FLGC. Foot Locker. All right, nope, that's FL. FLGC. Why is this stock not coming up? FLGC. What is this? Oh, the Flora Growth Company. It has we talked about this. It has like no actual short interest. It's below 1%. That's not a short squeeze play. FLGC is not a short squeeze play. AMC at 32.50. SPRT maybe gearing up for the fourth test of this pre-market high. Wish it is bouncing off of 670. We get this double bottom bounce. What is Robinhood doing on the day? Here, now let's go to the 3 minutes on everything. Looks like Robinhood couldn't hold 50. Try to get above 50. In fact, it hit 50.88 and then it came back down. To make this clear, I'm trying to disclose everything. I want to be as transparent as I possibly can. I own puts against Robinhood. I'm looking for Robinhood to go down. Can you please check out NAOV? NAOV. Nano. I don't know anything about it. Its intraday doesn't look the best, but it daily looks good. That's a nice breakout at 3. Obviously, the next stop, if it can hold 3, you're watching 375. I have no clue what's going on in this company, though. How's the SPY bouncing back? The SPY. Why is this falling? Is it IWM? Is IWM dragging AMC down? Yeah. Okay. So if you want to know what's going on with AMC, AMC is running into some headwinds right now with IWM. IWM falling. AMC was trying to fight against it, trying to hold, but the Russell 2000 keeps selling. Are they shorting AMC as we speak? 1.31. So short interest is 19.21. It's still what we saw earlier of a short of borrowed shares of 1.31 million. SPRT looking good. Wish bouncing, but it's still down 23%. So it's, I guess, on an intraday basis, it's looking okay. But if you look at this, like if you were in Wish before today, you're probably hurting. Would you mind looking at VXRT? It has some interesting Ortex data. VXRT. 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 What do we have here? VXRT VaxArt has a short interest of 15.38%. Let's check out its chart. VXRT. Its daily chart doesn't do much for me. It maybe if it breaks out above 10, that could be a bit interesting. But right now, I don't really like its chart, but it does have some short interest. It's not the highest short interest, though. Isn't this an NFT play, I believe? So that one, that's more of, I guess, your confidence in the NFT world like coming back, because it was hot there for a bit and then it kind of died off. We saw that, I believe, with like TCAT. Speaking of TCAT, how is that one doing? Ooh, TCAT got annihilated. TCAT used to be so much higher. 74. Got murdered. Murdered. All right, IWM going down. My fear is that IWM is dragging AMC with it right now. Can you check IDEX? IDEX. I see a few people talking about IDEX. Intraday looks like it's trying to bounce. Let's see its daily. Ooh, daily. If it can't hold on to the this 220 area, look for it to fall. But it could. I mean, that's 220 is huge support for IDEX. So I would look for the bounce about 10 cents below this. But if it breaks, I'd look for a further decline. Reddit seems down, at least the AMC subreddit, for at least 1 hour. So someone else said that maybe it's location specific, because I just loaded it on mine like 10 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago. Wondering how your 5-year anniversary with your totally real girlfriend went, and most importantly, what's going on, 8-Man Dan? It was great. I was happy. She was happy. But just for it being midweek, we're doing more of a celebration tomorrow. We're going to go out to dinner and stuff. What did we do last night? We watched, we cooked up some salmon, some green beans. I had some sangria, as I tweeted out, had some dark chocolate, and we watched Lupin. We're in the part 2 of Lupin on Netflix. That one's it's not the easiest. It's a great show, but it's not the easiest thing for me to watch because I have to read everything because I don't know how to speak French. So that one's a bit of a bummer for me because I have to like tentatively watch, which probably for me is good because I always get distracted and end up on like Twitter or my phone or something. But Lupin's a good show. I still would vehemently argue that the best show actively, like I guess with new episodes right now, is a toss-up. Well, technically Dave is over. So Dave Little Dicky show on Hulu, I think it had its season finale, so that one technically doesn't, I think it was over. But that's a great show. And then so is Ted Lasso on Apple. So I wish I were sponsored. Apple TV and or Hulu, if you want to sponsor me, like I already like your product. It's a slam dunk case. Not sponsored by them. I just really like those shows. What's up, Matt? Can you check HCMC? We were looking at that. That's a sub penny stock. I can't confidently ever say that like some sub penny stock on the OTC market is worthwhile. A lot of those, they're just scams. A lot of them are pump and dumps. I don't even really want to give airtime to these sub penny like OTC gray market stocks. Like some of them are really crappy companies. Hey, Matt, is all your merch going towards donations for St. Jude's? I would love to donate and get some merch at the same time. Also, can I join the Discord chat, run a 10K in my new merch shirt? Paul, a lot of questions right there. So the merch, like the super chat Matt ones, that's the profits are going to St. Jude. I would love to donate and get some merch at the same time. Yeah, I mean, if you wanted, you're more than welcome. Like I implore anyone, if you don't want a shirt, if you want to do direct donation, I think that's awesome. I think that's very commendable. Also, how can I join the Discord? The official Moon Gang Discord, you can find it I believe it's in the description of the video. Let me double check that for you. Yep, it's right. It'll say charts, Moon Gang merch, Benzinga, then Discord. It's right there. You can see Discord. Someone just said AMD is ripping. How's AMD looking? 2%. Interesting. This could be an interesting investment, like for people who are trying to get into the semiconductor industry. Right now, that's not a bad risk reward. You can risk somewhere between 100 and 104, the most recent relative low. Look for the breakout of 110, and then your first target is really 122. AMD, very, very interesting setup right now. To go long on. I'm a fan of AMD. I'm a fan of Intel. I'm a fan of NVIDIA. I do like NVIDIA the best, but from a charting perspective, AMD, I mean, if it breaks 110, this thing can get cruising. It can get cruising. I wonder if it's going to do that today. I mean, a nice $12 gain on it. Cat Facts and the chocolate back in here, Matt. Keep up the good work. Shout out CFAX. Thoughts on shorting SPY, market crash impound? I don't agree with that. Do I think we need a correction? Without a doubt. But I think so many people are thinking that they're getting burned by betting against it. And that's why we're continually seeing this melt up. Matt Hun, I don't like the red going on with AMC. Me either, but I also just know if it's at 32, 34, or 30, anything like that. My point is, if it's up 2%, down 2%, for me, is it going to change my trade? No. So something like SPRT, I'm looking for this breakout. I have a very specific plan. I want this breakout. I want to see the reaction to 11, and then I want to see the reaction to 1180. That AMC is a completely different trade. For me, AMC, have the shorts covered? No? Okay, I'm in the play then. AMC, GME are very, very different plays. Right there, I just laid out with AMD. Okay, you could watch 100, you could watch 104, you're looking for the breakout of 110, then you're watching the recent all-time high of 122. AMC, I treat differently. Wish right here, I was saying, okay, yeah, it might be a bounce, it's down a lot, but maybe you get a gap fill play and you can make some money there. You can You can walk and chew gum at the same time, folks. You can do multiple things at once. For me, AMC has actually become one of the easier plays because I ask myself, have the shorts covered? No? Okay, great. I still own my AMC then. And then other things are a little bit more complicated because you're looking for breakouts, breakdowns. You might be structuring it in the options market. But other people may fully dedicate themselves to exclusively covering AMC. I'm not going to do that. I'm still going to cover AMC, but in the meantime, if it's not moving, why not make money on AMD? Why not make money on SPRT? Why not make money on Wish? Why not make money on Hood? Why not make money on Microsoft, Nvidia, Disney, S&P 500, Russell 2000? I very much believe that this community has the capacity and the brain power to do multiple things at once. FCLE ignoring the charts lately, but my 827.7 call is getting wrecked. Any insight long on it? Regardless, appreciate you, Matthew. Shout out. All right, let's see what's going on with FCEL. FCEL, fuel cell. Ooh, it is getting wrecked. If it can't hold 640-ish, man, this is a sell-off. It does look like it wants to head back down to 6 or 575 in this area in the short term. Man, this company is just getting demolished. I don't really know why. Like, all it's been doing is downtrending, getting really, really smoked. For those of you who don't know about fuel cell, it's a upstream EV play type of a thing. But in terms of its chart, it doesn't look the best, and that's a bummer because I like fuel cell. I'm in fuel cell, but if I'm just being honest about how the chart's looking, it looks like there's a little bit more that it needs to sell off, but hopefully some buyers step in soon. Uh, 38 put on DAL a month out. Duck Gang strong. DAL. What is Delta Airlines doing? DAL. 38. I like that. I don't necessarily. No, I do. I think you could go in the money. If I were you, my only thing is I would ask you, what are you risking? If I were you, I'd be risking 41.30. I would risk the recent high as my risk point. That would be where I would cut it. And other than that, as long as it's trending, it does look a little bit weak. You're looking for that breakdown of 38 for even more capitulation. I think that's a good trade. I think it's a reasonable risk to reward trade. Don't know if you talked about it, but did you see how many shares borrowed against Clove yesterday? I did not see that. But I can look up the short interest for you on Clove. Clove. Clove has a short interest of 25%. But remember, just because something has a high short interest, that does not mean it's going to squeeze. I say that every day, but I think so. I see too many people trying to chase a stock just because it has a high short interest. That is not a good trading methodology whatsoever. It has to have support. It has to have buyers. And right now, I just don't really see buyers in it. In fact, it looks like it wants to come down to 780-ish, 770-ish. It is being shorted, but it might be being shorted for a good reason. Maybe they just think it's actually going to fall. I don't know much about Clove. I would be I don't have a Clove position, and I would be very nervous myself if I was long on Clove. Coinbase, I mean, as long as we see crypto continuing upward, I think that strengthens the concept or the thesis of going long on Coinbase. As long as we see crypto go higher and higher. And in the short term, there is an argument for a gap fill up to 274. What else do we have? My thoughts on SIG. Do you think it could reach 100 again? SIG. What is this? I don't know anything about it. Do I think it could hit 100 again? I mean, anything's possible. Wait, 100 again? I don't think it's ever hit 100. At least not on my charts. I think a better question is, can it ever hit 80 again? And that's possible. It is bending back up, but I mean, I would worry about 80 and 83 way before I would worry about 100. What else do we have? Have I missed something here? No, but folks, it is time for us to stand up and work on our six packs. So AMD, hang on, let me throw AMD there. Let me throw GameStop up here. GameStop, it's just becoming boring. Unfortunately, 250,000. I want volume. I want volatility. Just people are not trading GameStop, unfortunately, right now. It needs to pick back up. All right. Duke. It's a long play for me, but it's been beaten down. So Duke, remember on Ortex, you could get that free trial. It's in the description. If you're curious about this short interest stuff, I highly just get the free trial with Ortex. You can get a free week trial on it. Just so you know, I'll check it out. I don't think it has any special. Just because you see something getting beaten down, that does not mean it's shorted. That just means people are selling. That could be shorting, or it could just be people getting out of the position. IDEX has a short interest of 11.9% as of now. All right, so AMD, like I said, 110 gets interesting on AMD. Actually, it gets very interesting on AMD. How do I do this? AMD. What's SPRT at 940? All right, so that one still has some way to go. AMD. What is going on with AMD? What is going on with AMD? I guess just a good. I mean, we know it had good earnings recently. There is. This seems like a good company going up, getting a better value. It seems. I'm not seeing anything crazy. Not seeing anything too crazy about it. Just it's following through. Do you see the option chain next week for Clove? I have not. What is going on next week with the options chain on Clove? For next week, here let's make this thing the big screen. So you have what? 2 million at 9. I'm on Clove, right? 3.2 million at 10, 1.5 million at 11, 3.5 million on 12.5, 2.1 million on 14, 4.1 million on 15. Lots of money being bet on Clove for next week. I don't necessarily know why, but I just don't like its chart. Trading is hard enough. I'm not going to try to also then on top of that trace stocks that I just don't see something in the chart that I like. Clove, the option chain, I admit it's very, very built out. Lots of things going on Clove's option chain, obviously. But I'm just not, it's not my trade, so I'm not going to chase it. When you're trading, be a sniper. Wait for the perfect opportunities to get in, to get out. Don't chase it. Don't feel like you have to trade every single day. That's not really how you should be going after this. You wait for your opportunities, and when they arise, great. You take a stab at them. But other than that, you just have to. It's all about discipline. It's all about sitting there and waiting for your perfect opportunity to come. SPRT getting a little bit beaten down. How is Hood doing today? Hood almost got beaten down. Wish is coming back. Harvest Finance Crypto. What do you think? I have no knowledge whatsoever about Harvest Finance Crypto. No clue. Wish is bouncing nicely. AMC is at 32.20. Robinhood, I'm personally looking for it to come down. If you're looking for it to go up, I'm sorry, but we're rooting against each other. Thus far, AMC has traded 11 million, kind of low volume, and then GME has traded 262,000, very low volume. Very low. LTC Litecoin, I'm in it, but if I'm being honest with you, my Litecoin average, my average price is horrific. I'm very much underwater on Litecoin, so I need it to not only bounce, but bounce a lot, like a lot. I need it to bounce. I really need it to bounce. Hang on 1 second. Okay. All right. AMC 32. Let's do a quick Ortex check on that. Very quick. 1.76, so we went up by another 400,000. Short interest right now on AMC is 19.27%. Wish has quite a ways to go. Man, it's doing okay today. It's bouncing from 670 up to 740, but from yesterday's close, it's down so much. Go get you some XRP with Uphold. I sent you a referral link. I quacked you back. You quack mine. Trey's nipple OnlyFans. Okay, yeah, I don't have an Uphold. So if I can find that DM, I'll do it. Thoughts on Hut 8? I still don't think crypto mining companies, I just don't think are the way to go. I think you should play crypto directly. If I were to play a crypto-based stock, it would be Coinbase. I don't want to play Mara. I don't want to play Riot. I don't want to pay any of those. Because not only are you betting on crypto, but then you're also trying to make some sort of bet basically on what is going on in the competition, the business competition world of these other miners. It's, in my opinion, exponentially easier to play crypto directly. Or if you really want to play a stock, I would just look at Coinbase. All right, and then I guess I missed some super chats here. Hey Matt, I don't know anything about WISA, WISA. I haven't heard of that one. WISA. I could pull up a chart though very quickly. WISA. Summit Wireless Technologies. It's not being traded at all. I'm on the 3-minute chart and there's some time segments. This would be a no trade for me. Shout out V-Man. I was hoping he could get comments on TIRX chart, but only related the TIRX chart. Serious sell-off, and it looks like maybe it's finally bending back around. I would look for it to close above $6, and maybe it's like a nice trend reversal. All right, I think I'm all right. We did that. Perfect. All right, cool. Up to date there. And then let's go back to GME. GME. Man, GME just needs volume. It's volume. With GME coming down, more help new retail investors right now. The price looks like a barrier to entry. Could be. Yeah, obviously when it's cheaper, but I don't think it's the biggest barrier because there's so many platforms that offer fractional share trading. So if you want to only invest $20 into GME, you can invest $20 into GME. So I guess that's how I would think of it, of like previously we had these barrier to entries, but now with the rise of fractional share trading, I think we see that barrier being less and less important. All right, I think we are good on that. Oh, quick reminder, if you haven't already, I would very much appreciate it if you could hit that like button. It does help me out with the algorithm. Tons of people in here, so that does help out, get more people in Ape Nation, and lets other people know that, like, no, we're not really selling these. In fact, the only thing we're probably selling is Robinhood. So I appreciate that, and if you want to be a member of the Moon Gang in general, where we talk about stocks, crypto, futures, options, all that stuff. I go on rants about random stuff. If that's something that's up your alley, just hit that subscribe button. Both liking and subscribing completely free. And also shout out to all the people watching on the new thing over there at Rumble. Also, I don't really exactly know what Royal Rumble is, but I appreciate all those Rumbles. No clue what they are, but they sound fun. And a reminder to you, also don't forget to hit that subscribe button, completely free. But most important, if you don't want to like, if you don't want to sub, if you don't want to do any of that, I get it. But the thing I truly ask of you on this specific day is just check out stjude.org's website, St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. If you're in the point in your life where you can donate $1, $5, I think that's absolutely awesome. If you're not, maybe if you just want to tweet it out, maybe share it, maybe retweet something that they've already put out from their own official account. There is ways to help a cause such as this without it being necessarily financial. So that's the one thing like I actually like care about on this specific day is in one way or another, if you could show a little bit of love to St. Jude, it would mean a lot to me, and it would mean the world to the families that have to utilize this service. Good morning, Matt. I'm curious of your fundamental analysis on white cheddar Cheez-Its, as well as we can get the Ortex on Rich Greenfield's career. Last I checked, the interest was still dried up. I can confirm it was dried up. But white cheddar Cheez-Its, they're good. I just don't think you can beat the original. I think they made the best product the first time around, and all these other ones are just kind of chasing it. Hulk Hogan, did you say Royal Rumble? Oh, a Rumble is a like. Oh, that's a more fun way to say a like. A Rumble. You get a Rumble. My thoughts on Virgin Galactic. I'm mad because I had puts against Virgin Galactic and then I got out of them for a loss. If only I waited a couple more days, I would have been in some serious profit. But hey, that's trading for you, folks. Sometimes you're going to get messed up like that. What are your go-to research sites when you're not trading? So I really, really like Benzinga. Lots of tools there. I'll use Benzinga a lot, but that is a paid service. For free service, I'll also use Tiblio quite a bit for options. So I like to see what's going on there. For a free website, I like Finviz, Seeking Alpha. I'll read what's going on social media. I think Unusual Whales. I'm not on Unusual Whales like software platform, but even the tweets alone, I find a lot of value in. So shout out to Unusual Whales. But yeah, Benzinga, Tiblio, Finviz, any of the breaking news. Like I just like these news aggregators to see what's going on. I'll read Twitter quite a bit. I used to read more Reddit, and then it dawned on me of like how toxic it can be. So I really cut back my Reddit consumption, which was not the easiest thing. I'm trying to think of if there's any other major thing. I honestly, I don't really watch that much YouTube. It's just because I spend so much time on YouTube myself. There's just not much time in the day for me to consume a lot of YouTube. So before I started YouTube, even before like pre-2021, I consumed so much more YouTube than I do now, exponentially. So my YouTube consumption has like dropped off the face of a cliff. And also with YouTube, just be careful. There's a lot of people talking about things. They have no clue what they're talking about. They're just trying to break the DD, apparently, that I don't know. And it's one thing, I'm all for people trying to break DD. That's how we learn. But so many people, they're like actively pushing things that have been verifiably like disproven. Like there's no if, ands, or buts about it. We just see people that are like continually pushing a rhetoric that's already wrong. So like that kind of bothers me. Just brought car to repair shop because it was making a loud knocking noise. It had no oil, motor damage. I need a better dad. Congrats on yours, Jason. Gotta check that oil. Someone just said AMD. What's going on with AMD? I'll put AMD in hood spot. Ooh, we're moving. I mean, that's what I was saying about 110. I mean, AMD, it's a great company. This isn't a short squeeze. This is like a fundamentally sound company that is in a good sector. And honestly, I mean, I've been in it for a bit. And if it holds above 110, I don't see why it doesn't come back up to 122. It shot up, it came down, the RSI cooled off. I think this thing has legs to go higher, but I'm not a fortune teller. I have absolutely no clue. I'm just saying I very much like it breaking above, and I want to see if it can hold above 110. And I think the risk reward is pretty sound. You could just risk 100 to 104. That is some nice support. If it breaks below it, you can cut it as a loss and move on to the next one. Or the flip side is you run it up to 122. Maybe you get a breakout and run it even higher. But it's looking good today. And it previously has proven to have some serious legs on it. Benzinga and Seeking Alpha are too wishy-washy. Well, that's because they have individual contributors. So you might agree with some people. I don't think you should say wishy-washy. You can't call something wishy-washy if it's just not confirming to your bias. Like, people are writers and they put their opinion out there. Go to LinkedIn and find credible DD. LinkedIn has great DD, but it also has DD the same that I think is just wrong. Like, so no matter where you, very good DD, it can be anywhere. It could be on Reddit, it could be on Twitter, it could be on YouTube, it could be on LinkedIn, it could be on a bathroom stall. It doesn't matter where it lives. It's not like one website has better or worse. It's just when you look at it, you have to go through your own methodology of testing it to make sure that it is actually credible. Just because I see something on Reddit or LinkedIn or Twitter or YouTube doesn't mean automatically I think it's good or bad or trustworthy or not trustworthy. It's just where you read it. That's all. It's just where you ended up consuming it. So from there, you have to, I mean, and you should, because you're putting your own money at stake. But from there, you have to go and verify it yourself on other things. See if other people are saying the same thing. See if other people are dissenting with that opinion. Do your own research on it. Any thoughts on Skills? SKLZ. Big fan of the gaming sector myself. Speaking of that, what's Roblox at today? Ooh. Skills getting hit today. How's the daily chart? This pains me because I want this company to be going up, but the chart is not lying. All this thing has done is gotten beaten down. At this point, I would watch the mid 10s to see the low 10s to the mid 10s to see if it could bounce from there. It's just been in a perpetual downtrend, which I'm just not a fan of. Not a fan of. Someone said put AMC up there. AMC is literally right here. It's trading at 32. Skills, I want it to turn around. I want something to happen with it, but the chart is clearly a downtrend. If you're trying to catch a falling knife, be very careful about where you catch the falling knife. And I think the best place to try to catch this one, maybe the lower 10s. Maybe. Oh, so remember when I was teaching you about covered calls and I use Roblox as an example? So it expires today. Oh, there we go. It expires today. And what did I sell? I think I sold let me double check. I don't want to get it wrong. So basically, as long as we don't go above that value by 4 p.m. today, I keep all the premium that I sold it for. And I sold covered calls against my core position. So I'm long on Roblox, but to make money in the meantime, I sold calls against it. And you could sell one covered call per 100 shares that you own. So I ended up selling two covered calls against Roblox. I sold 2 calls at 88. And right now it's trading at 83. So as long as we don't exceed 88, I'll keep the $110 of premium that I sold it for in total. So 55 each or 54 each or whatever it was. But hey, And that's what I'm saying is covered calls, credit spreads, you're never going to have some huge percentage gain, but every week, every month, you'll consistently make a bit more. So for me, I'll take that $100 and I don't know, I'll buy Cheez-Its and sangria with it. That's my Cheez-It and sangria bill for the upcoming week. Right there, I paid off a lot of boxes of Cheez-Its or a good amount of Cheez-Its and like a couple bottles of sangria, and I'm ready to go for the week. It's easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezies. But the best scenario for me for Roblox right now is for it to go and end the day off at $87.99 because that means I get the most money from my stock, but then I still keep all the premium from selling the call. And if you want to know about covered calls and what I'm talking about, it's one of the most recent here. I'll show you where it is. It's one of the most recent videos on the backup channel. We just clipped it right. Where is it? Where is it? It is right here on the backup channel. So we did some covered calls. So these last three are more educational. So this one is what you need to know about covered calls. This one's what you need to know about short interest, shares on loan, and utilization. And the most recent one is what you need to know about credit spreads. But this all lives on the Mmat Kohrs Clips channels. And previously, we've been streaming the market when in between my shows, the morning show and the afternoon show. Right now, it's down exclusively because of Apple. I had to send my computer to Apple and then we're getting it back. Ideally, it should be back by Monday. So we're going to get back to streaming the market when I'm not here on that as soon as I can, as soon as it's possible. All right. Is GME doing anything? Coming back a little bit, GME is at 159.66. And just so you know, sometimes I don't have it up there, but it is on the left side. You have GME over here. Jimmy boy. Jimmy boy, Jimmy boy, Jimmy boy. What kind of signal is... Oh, so you're asking for the technicals on SPRT? It does depend on your time frame, but right here it shot up and then it looks like we're just double bottoming off of 9, just above 9. So we'd rather see this come around and break above 10 on the intraday basis. On the daily basis, it gapped up and it's not doing the best job of holding that gap up, but we want to see the breakout of 1071 and then of 1188. If it doesn't hold, there's obviously a chance of a gap fill back down to 822. So obviously I'd highly prefer to see this actually hold. I want to see it break above 10. Uh, 1K owner of Cheez It had a good earnings call from Q2. Shout out, Michael. Can you get video on Rumble? It's only audio right now. I think you just need to reload the page because I have it up and there's other people watching Rumble. I think you just need to refresh the Rumble page. Shout out, Humble Electrician, Dave's Unbranded, Dirty J. Shout out, shout out, shout out, everyone. Can you take a look at SESN FDA catalyst in coming weeks, but it's been running. It might be one of those things where it's buy the rumor, sell the news. Maybe enough people know about it that it's going to get approval, so it's already getting jacked up in price. There's a good chance that if you know something, unless you have insider information, that the remainder of the world knows it. I've seen it too many times where things run up to the actual announcement, and then even if the announcement comes through, it then sells off. Buy the rumor, sell the news. It could be one of those scenarios, but for me on this one, I'm not going to chase a new high. I mean, this thing is running. I don't want to be late to the party. Please read my last super. The first was incomplete. Vegan, you're going to have to send that to a mod because it disappears if it's from a while ago. Hey, Matt, RKLY rang the bell yesterday and is delisted today. We will let me sell or buy Robinhood. How is that possible? Can you take a look? I'm not too familiar. Unfortunately, I don't know what I'll be able to tell you about it. I'm not familiar with this one. RKLY. Is it halted? I mean, it looks like it's being traded. It just has really low volume. We won't let me sell or buy, but Robinhood will. I mean, it looks like you can buy or sell. Am I missing something? I don't really. It looks like it's being traded. Hang on. Does it look different? I don't know about. I mean, I don't even want to try to buy it, but it looks like you can buy it on Webull, Daniel. I'm not sure what's happening with that one. Something going on, but overall, it looks like kind of a SC Health Corp. I don't know if I would want to be in this one anyway. Yeah, like overall, it might be good that you can't get into it because the chart does not look good at all. It shot up and it looks weak. It might be coming all the way back down to 10. It might be a blessing in disguise that you can't get it. SSSS trade rate. I don't know that dividend off the top of my head. Sutter Capital Corp. The ex dividend is $2.25. That's crazy. That's huge for a stock that's $16, 225 USD. Wow. That's massive. Trade rate. I can see a fat George W. Oh, brother. Diamond handed ape. Shout out, Timothy. Shout out, Timothy. SPRT. Ugh. SPRT not holding on. That's not the best. Not the best, not the best. Hopefully, SPRT, if you're in it, you want it to hold these low nines, this area. SP. GME is at just below 160. AMC is at 32.35 for my sole listeners. The dividend appears to be a one-time thing for SSSS. Previous dividends were 20 cents. So I guess a specialty dividend is what's going on. All right. What do we have here? S&P 500 is at 445.32. IWM is at 221. Man, it seems like IWM is kind of dragging AMC with it. What else do we have? The Nasdaq is up a little bit. Tesla's at 718. Any big movement in crypto? Not really. Crypto's still holding strong. Holding strong, holding strong. Matt, talk about institutional ownership and how that hurts AMC. I just saw 13F filing a Vanguard, 44.5 million shares at an average of 33.40. So that average, I've heard some comments that the average could actually be wrong. So I'm not going to say that that data is actually supported, but we do know that big players such as Vanguard, the money manager, and then big hedge funds such as BlackRock have a long position on AMC. It's very good for us as long as they don't sell, because if they sell, that could be a lot of selling, but they're also holding, if they're holding that many shares, like they're holding it for a reason. They're not going to buy something that they think is going to absolutely get decimated. So it can cut both ways as they're buying them up. I mean, we've seen previously that some of them have bought millions of shares. That's a lot of demand, but it could go south if they end up trying to sell, because then that ends up becoming a lot of supply. So it's a double-edged sword for sure. Stonks are us. That's up to you. I'm holding mine, but you might not have as big of a vendetta against Robinhood as I do. So that's up to you. If you're questioning it, if you're ever questioning a trade and you're in profit, that might be a good sign that you just want to lock in your profit. If you're like, if you're feeling a bit uneasy and you don't know what's going on, questioning a trade, especially when you're in profit, that's maybe not all of the time, but a lot of the time, that's a sign that you might just want to lock in your profit. For me, in Robinhood, I think it keeps coming down, so I'm going to keep riding it down, but I might be completely wrong. 302 shares strong, only 19, so this is great. Shout out Cesar Morales. Ciao, Matt. Any thoughts? Not FA on ZNGA. ZNGA. ZNGA does not look the best. If it breaks out of 830, you might get a full gap fill, a part of a gap fill right here. But right now, it gapped down after earnings, so probably really bad earnings. And now it's just trading sideways. So it's probably no play in reality. Probably you have to wait for something else to happen with it. All right, GME looking a bit alive. AMC looking alive. AMC, the red-green move is right there, 3307. The GME red-green move is 162.35. 162.35. All right, right there. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Someone said my audio sounds different today. Well, that's a bummer because I don't know what I changed about it. I don't think I changed anything. AMD is looking good. AMD is up 4.6%. What are your thoughts on why AMC is negative on Fridays 75 to 80% of the time since late May? For whatever reason, on Fridays, there's way more supply than there is demand. I don't know. I haven't seen that. You could be right. The 75 to 80% metric that you're citing could be 100% fine. Like, you might be right on. I haven't seen that myself, but for any day that's red, all that means is that there was more supply than there was demand at the associated price levels that day. Thoughts on CLSK versus crypto miners like Riot? I'm not a fan of crypto miners, really. I'm in general. I think it's just so much easier and a lot more logical to play crypto directly. Could you take a look at MMAT? I can, but it's not doing anything. It hasn't done anything in a while. It's just trading sideways. Day traders always sell before the weekend. It could be that. It could be people who are playing it for that week. They're like, okay, it's Friday, time to get out. That's a possibility. Thoughts on the best fast food hamburger? I mean, I think the junior bacon cheeseburgers at Wendy's are pretty good in the realm of fast food burgers. But I mean, I haven't had a Whopper from Burger King in years and years and years. Maybe that's better, but honestly, I haven't eaten fast food in a while just because like no one's really been going out. Um, but I was always partial to junior bacon cheeseburgers. Hydrate, hydrate. Um, Still googling about even if you read DD on the bathroom stall, but for real thoughts on DKNG, and I'm holding 820 100 calls. They may have missed exit. I think that's you went a little too far out of the money on that one, Jeremy. Let me pull up DKNG. Yeah, I mean, you just went, it was too big of a bet. I mean, $100 calls, like, you're not going to go in the money most likely. You might get lucky with a breakout, but I mean, Theta's going to eat you up. You should have probably gone closer to the money. Remember, two of the big issues I see with options traders is they go too far out of the money and they don't give themselves enough time. So you said $100 by like next week. That's just a little too much. Too much, too much, too much. Not enough time, too far out of the money. But overall, I'm still bullish and invested in DraftKings. In and Out is the best. In and Out's very good, but it's not on the East Coast. So like I've only eaten it a few times when I'm out on the West Coast. On Ortex Select, just utilization and cost to borrow. Any reason outside of via of why historically cost to borrow follows price action but begins to diverge in early June. Cost to borrow has literally nothing to do with the price of the stock, like at all. Cost to borrow is exclusively based on how easy it to locate the shares to loan out and how many people want to loan those out. Cost to borrow has nothing to do with the price of a stock. It's just how hard is it to, like, it's the supply and demand of people who are trying to loan those shares out and the people who are trying to borrow those shares. Do you think Root will recover? A lot of analysts downgrading. I don't know enough about Root's fundamentals to say, oh, it will or it won't. Real men eat a Baconator, not a junior bacon cheeseburger. JBC. We always just like saying JBC, and they were dirt cheap, and we would just buy a lot of them. Baconators are awesome. Obviously, though, you can feel your heart like actively clogging as you eat it, but it tastes so good. DraftKings. All right. AMD. AMD at 111. Interstellar, you can't put numbers like that on it. I have no way to answer that question. I mean, you're basically just asking me to be a fortune teller. I have no clue. I'm not a fortune teller. I wish I were. Five Guys is the best fast food burger. So I've had Five Guys like once in my life, and I do remember I really liked it. I just haven't eaten it. I've eaten way more JBCs than I have Five Guys. Isn't Five Guys though a little bit higher quality though compared to your typical chains such as Burger King, McDonald's, Wendy's? I feel like Five Guys, the vibe I got from it was a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more upper scale maybe. Oatly, a little bit too new for me to trade. That's a recent IPO that I wouldn't be messing with. Not be messing with. All right, where are we at? SPRT, how's that one doing? SPRT 9. So hopefully it holds exactly where it's at. We don't want it to go much lower. Virgin Galactic almost at 25. Roblox 82. Palantir almost 25. Penn National 73. Nvidia back above 200. What else? Robinhood at 50. What else do we have going on? Not much. I mean, folks, these are a lot of the summer Fridays. Honestly, it feels like the day trade of the day was buying the dip on Wish. It's gone up $1 from 670 to 770. Guys, this is complete trash, Austin. We have some disagreements of this Five Guys. I liked it when I ate it. Cost to borrow diverges from utilization, where usually historically each follow each other. They're not going to track each other like that. It's more of when you get to a utilization of 99 and 100, that's when you see cost to borrow spike. Cost to borrow, because utilization, if it's, say, like, for example, let's just say ease of math below 90, well, generally those are going to be easy to locate shares. So your cost to borrow is going to be like whatever. So there's really not, it is getting more and more difficult, but you're going to see huge jumps in cost to borrow when you're at the high 90s. But on top of that, don't forget that utilization can be 100, but if there's no demand, the cost to borrow is not going to be high. You need a high utilization and also an extra high demand of people who are trying to short. Utilization could be 100%, but if that perfectly matches all the demand that there is to short, well, the cost to borrow is not going to be that high. You need extra demand. Like, you need people who are fighting to try to short when there's very limited supply. It's garlic bacon, Big King. What's going on, Kiki Kong? Not a hedge fund. When shorts get covered, is there any way they can prevent price from spiking? No, because for them to cover, that's just buying. A short covering for a short to close their position, as in cover a short, that means they buy stock. You cannot like hide buying. That's just, it's buying. So to answer your question, can they prevent it from spiking? No, they cannot. They cannot. Laura, to repeat Interstellar's Q, I already answered that. There's no way to put it. There's no... I feel like people don't understand that this is such an insanely multivariate dynamic question that for me to put a confidence level on it, a price level on it, a date on it, it's just arbitrary. Like it's you can't do it. And anyone trying to put out there be like, oh, this is gonna happen by this date, this price level, they don't know what they're talking about. That's not how the stock market works. That's not how a black swan event that the stock market has never ever seen before. You can't put numbers or anything like that on it. So Laura, I mean, I answered that, and I haven't changed my answer. You can't do it like that. It's mathematically impossible to describe in that manner. Matt, please play Ape Andy's latest video and tell us what you think. Ape Andy's YouTube latest video, 813. The new guy. I haven't watched that, so I can't really give any commentary on it. If I have some time, I'll watch it in between streams today, but I'm not just gonna like play a video I haven't previously seen. All right, folks, hang on 1 second. 1 second, 1 second. All right, so that is it for the morning stream. I will be back at 2 p.m. Eastern today. Don't forget 100% profit of this collection, the Super Chat Matt shirts. All these, check it out. It's moongangmerch.com. It is in the description. 100% going to St. Jude. If you don't want to get a shirt, if you want to donate directly, if you want to hold off on your Super Chats, I think that's awesome. I think that's commendable. This stjude.org, that's also in the description of the video. And if you want to get some free money, free trading for stocks, no payment for order flow, not sending your orders to market makers, it's going to lit exchanges, check out public.com. But most important, the main thing I want everyone to really, like, I guess, think about or focus on today is St. Jude. The name of the game from Wednesday until Sunday for me is how much money can we possibly raise as Ape Nation for this cause that I think is a very worthwhile cause, near and dear to my heart, to say the least. Overall, thank you so much for your support this morning. I will be back at 2 p.m. Eastern today, and we'll watch the market close out, and then we'll go and enjoy the weekend. As you obviously know, for me and Chair, best of luck in the markets.